The current distribution of ELQ voting shares could be contested should this come to light.
Well, Austin obviously knows about this, or he never would have filed a lawsuit.
So, what's the plan, Dad? I assume you want us to all prepare for a fight?
Actually, I'm not sure what the right thing is here.
Excuse me?
Well, just putting the company aside for just a moment, my mother may have interfered with grandfather's final wishes. And if that's the case, Austin's father, Jimmy Lee Holt, may have been denied what was rightfully his.
Maybe Granny felt like Edward wasn't mentally all there in the end.
Or maybe she anticipated a big inheritance and didn't want to share it. If we deny Austin his rightful share, aren't we just as bad as Tracy?
It is really sweet of you to consider your grandfather's wishes. And very unquartermain, no offense.
Look, the way Tracy described it is that Edward only regretted cutting Jimmy Lee out of the will. Did she ever say that he was going to revise the will and include Jimmy Lee?
Nope, not that she knew about.
Okay, then we know nothing for sure.
Because if Jimmy Lee had pressured Edward, he would have gone and told him to pound sand. He spent decades disowning that man, and he had absolutely no use for his mother.
Well, then the fact is we can't presume what grandfather's wishes would have been. We can only go by that last will.
I agree with you, Brooklyn. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm sympathetic to a point, but it's a big step for Austin to assume he would have inherited anything, let alone ELQ voting stock.
So then we are in agreement to maintain the current game plan.
Which is what?
Try to strike a deal with Austin. Buy him out with one lump sum.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, me too. And if we don't accept Austin into the Q family fold, maybe he'll quit GH and go be a country doctor again, far away from Port Charles.
Okay, I'll get the ball rolling.
Great. Hang on, my friend. You never answered my question.
Look, this is clearly not a good time. Can you just please let this go?
Excuse me, have you met me? Of course I'm not gonna let it go. So tell me the truth. Is there a you and Willow? If so, where does that leave Chase? I know this is none of my business, but Chase is my friend.
Okay. Look, all I can tell you is that Willow and I are trying to do the best we can by Chase.
That's Bailey. I should go.
Sorry about the interruption. I just had to get this email out. What? What?
You were willing to put the family legacy in jeopardy because it was the right thing to do. Now, was that just putting on a show for my benefit, or was that genuine?
What can I say? After all this time, you still remind me that I'm not just Edward's grandson. I'm also Lila's. I know I have a lot more work to do before I become a man who's worthy to be your husband again. But I'm going to keep trying.
Good. I'm glad.